highly unusual that I've only got a couple projects booked up. So when this chair came in, I looked at it and I thought, you know, this looks like a fun challenge. The chair has no value aside from sentiment. It's the owner's great-grandfather's chair. The frame is in really rough condition, but it's still usable. But as far as value, again, it's sentiment and my willingness to take it on and make something out of it. I have no idea what was across the top, so using nail marks and holes, I'll just have to come up with something. I've got to be square up with you that I'm no expert on this topic. This is only my second time in doing anything like this. The last time was 25 years ago when I was turning reeds this way for my great-grandmother's wicker rocker. Back then, Sharon and I worked all the evening boiling the reeds and trying to turn them, and they split. There was a lot of frustration. So this time, I've rigged up my steamer onto a piece of PVC pipe, and note that it does bend with the heat. And I found that steam has worked so much easier, and I've had a lot more success with my trial pieces. So I'll show you how it goes. As it turned out, I've had these reeds soaking in a bucket of water for a couple of days. So they're plenty moist inside. I'll tuck that in there and give them a few minutes of live steam. I've got a hole drilled at the bottom of the pipe so that the condensation runs down and drips into a bucket. I'll come back on this a couple inches and slowly taper that down to the end. All right, I'll put that back in the steamer and soften it up some more. Got a little mix of glycerin and water here that'll soften it a little bit. Oh, we might have a bad reed. All right, I'm starting with a new piece of reed. I've got it shaved down. This time I'm gonna put a little glycerin water on there and then soften it up again. Make sure that comes out the other side a little bit. Go real easy here. My template I've drawn out on the board is a little bit oversized, so I'm going to measure this. Around 1.25 inches. All right, that's plenty big. Here's where it gets frustrating again. I need a three-handed job here. And push this out to where I'm at 2.5. Okay, I'm about around 1.25 inches on the coil inside, and overall about 2.5. That's looking real good. Trust me, it's been a three-handed job done with two. I've had to reset the camera and not let this go. I like I said, it's sometimes hard to get that in the right direction. Okay. Alright, I'm going to hold that there for a while and work with it. Alright, off camera I had to do some realigning and time consumption with that, but I'll let that loosen up a little bit and I'll work the handle out. Okay, and this is the reason I wanted that to protrude all the way out. It leaves this nice little divider in the center. Alright, I'll work that into place. Looks like the two reeds line up, and I need to allow about 1 inch right here into the hole. Cut it a little long and trim it if I need to. Alright, get that nailed up in place, and these wrap lines mark up real close. I've come on to another stubborn reed that tends to break. I've trimmed this one and flipped it to the opposite side, and I'll just see if it's going to make it or not. I don't think it is. No, must be some reeds just don't work too well for coiling up. Okay, it looks like I need to give that just a little bit of a twist. I'm going to allow about 1 inch right here to go up inside the back. That ought to work right there. Got 8 inches from the one end of the coil to the back rail. I'll push this up to 8 inches. There's some wood broken away, but alright, that looks like this is going to work perfectly. Well, this is the back design I came up with. I'm sure it was probably much fancier in its original condition, but it fell within my abilities and it looks nice. I've got it glued and nailed in place and used twine to clamp it overnight to dry, and it's ready to move forward. I mixed transient dye and denatured alcohol, starting with dark mission brown, a few drops at a time, and found that I needed a little more orange color to it, so I added brown mahogany, and it was a mixed match of this or that, and finally came up with a good color match. I'll use orange shellac to finish these off. There's pieces broken away at the bottom part of this arm and nail marks up here, but I have no idea what it should look like, so I'll follow suit, finish it out like the other arm, and call it good. Alright, that's getting softened up pretty good. Alright, I'll try bending this around and see how I match up for length. Looks like I'm going to be just a little bit long. Alright, I got to cut off at least an inch or so. I'll scorch off these hairs and apply a coat of higher concentration of trans tint. With all the reeds laced in place, I shot a coat of lacquer over the entire chair, topped it off with a black leather seat, and that's a wrap on this project.